Chinese Taipei. Please give it up for Lin
Tennis.com, you can not only cast your vote there for the fan vote, but you can also check out the draw. Lin Gaoyuan, yeah, I remember that match. It was an impressive fight in Thailand. All left-handed battle. Love all.
You see, which in the grand scheme of things is right up there. We were talking about Lim Jong-un earlier. This is even better.
I'd be really curious how many players outside than Lin Ru.
You're putting that near the top, you reckon?
Yeah. Beautiful counter here, the reaction time. I've always found Lin Ru to be so smooth in his movements. Just sort of glides around the table, short stroke there. Remember, he's got his arm more taped up than we've seen in a long time after playing Liang Jingqun and finding wrist injury and having to retire. But look how clean he is here, power where he needs it. Over the years, he's done a lot of weight training. I've had a chance to see it in person. And you can see it just for yourselves looking at his leg muscles on the screen. Even his upper body, he's just a little bit bigger. He's always been a slender guy. Games completed right now. No, it's obviously above 0, but he's incredibly fit and fast. Tactics to shut down your opponent. In the deep ends, crossing that finish line can be really challenging against some of the best in the world.
So just had 2 wins more. They've played exactly the same number of matches against Chinese players. And so that just gives you an idea of how good Lin Ru is.
Right, that probably would have been my guess. I mean, Tomokazu at Chengdu got 2 wins against Chinese players. That's
which is already spectacular, right?
Yeah, 2 for 2 against Team China. Right now, 2 points, though, for Lin Ru, down 2-5. Good backhand power here, keeping up with the pace and adding a little bit more to it, turning up the heat to get his 3rd point.
Yeah, he's within that striking distance, wants to keep himself around here, for now at least. This is what the fans want to see, those kind of rallies.
Way back behind the table, the counter loops here. Good coverage of the middle twice in a row, and then he goes parallel. Now he's in control. Lin Ru moves back into the table, plays it deep into the body. The winner here has the honor of playing Ma Long in the next round. Lin Ru beat him in their last encounter.
Yeah, he's sticking around, isn't he? Lin Ru not allowing Lin Gaoyuan to surge ahead.
This is his greatest weapon. The backhand over the table, the banana flick, the Chiquita that Lin Ru brings. Lin Ru has done this to take down a whole lot of Chinese opponents over the years. Too, but over the table, if you can escape his backhand, well, you've got one less thing to worry about.
Doesn't get that on, Lin Gaoyuan.
Now let's remind our audience, there's a lot of pressure here. This event is the biggest event of 2023. The most respect, the World Championships. This is the finals, in the sense that only 128 around the world could qualify to be here. And here in the round of 16, Lin Ru, you might wonder, as a young guy, how does he handle pressure? But at the Olympic Games, came incredibly close to beating Fan Zhendong in the semifinals, and also incredibly close with...
Chilly, but I think it's very pleasant.
Beautiful to wake up to every afternoon. I'm a night owl. And now
this is your witching hour. This is like perfect for you now, this timing.
Oh, yeah. I'm hitting my peak. Speaking of peak,
yeah.
Lin Gaoyuan serving against 3 game points.
He's taken the first game. Lin Gaoyan, we saw this earlier, Wang Wenyu.
One love.
Just to give some context there, Adam, Anders Lind is 180 in the world.
And he's made it to the final 8 of the biggest event of the year.
Wow. And that's what Lin Ru wants to do. By the way, he's, over the years, Lin Ru's gone round of 128, round of 64, round of 32, and he's now round of 16. So he's just got better and better as each year goes for Lin Ru, as each edition goes. He's playing excellently here.
When I talked to him yesterday, I ran into him. His mom is actually here watching from Elon. She came to watch. His wrist isn't fully better, but it sure looks like it to me. I mean, he's playing some incredible table tennis out here, backhand to backhand with some of the best in the world.
Have you seen any like visible sign, apart from the strapping, that it's bothered him at all in so far, or whatever we've seen of him?
No. More frustration, though, in the body language. Even from a body language standpoint, he's not a very loud guy, not so expressive. His dad is a professor of chill. Literally, his dad teaches a course on leisure at the university in Elon.
Remembering that the last 3 matches between them have gone in Gaoyan's way, albeit 2 of them were 4 years ago.
One area where the wrist, obviously the Chiquita needs so much wrist, but serve. I think Lin Ru uses a lot of body.
2 left-handers in this round of 16. This one.
Back edge of the table here. And Gaoyan a little bit of fortune as it sneaks past Lin Ru. From 3-3, 3 points in a row for Lin Gaoyan. Last ball. How much of it is we see the balance here? 6 of the last 8 for Lin Gaoyan. The second to last point was the first time I saw anything where I thought maybe Lin Ru was a little uncomfortable in the wrist. Didn't move his feet really, but here he took his chances a bit better and wins the point.
That was he's saying so unnatural. Shoulders, wrists, back, arms, and the legs. It takes a toll, doesn't it, on the surfaces?
Well, one thing they do actually in terms of the proper flooring for any major event, they put a layer underneath. That's why the stomp sounds almost like it's a hollow floor, because it is. They do that to protect the knees of the players. Their knees, but out here at an event like this, the players have the best to work with.
Just going long there. Yeah, it's a tremendous strain that these guys go through. And Neha Agarwal Sharma, one of our commentators, says something she regularly hears, and I'm sure, Adam, you must have heard it over the years, is how people probably the athleticism of table tennis, which is quite a misguided thought, isn't it? I don't know whether you've heard that from people.
Oh, of course, yeah. And that's okay. We can talk about that a lot in the next game, maybe. 4 game points here for the Dark Knight.
Saves 1 here, Lin Ru.
7-10.
So he converts his second game point, Lin Gaoyan. Big top edge there.
Can be of different physiques, different levels of athleticism, and still be quite good at table tennis. That's one of the reasons I think it does get that athleticism that's needed out here. Upper bodies can be limber. It's about speed. but the legs of these players.
2,
And again,
1.
these are two of the thinner players.
Yeah.
And still, if you get a close-up look, I mean,
the calves, man. Some of those calves.
Lin Gaoyuan when he when he's standing. So Linwen Ru here.
Thank you very much, guys.
One of the thinner guys. In the top 50 in the world, I mean, the physical demand, it just takes so much from the lower half of the body.
Yeah.
To be constantly squatting, look at the legs, but it's not powerlifting. You don't want to be bulky for this sport. Although you might not know that looking at Fang Zhendong and Liang Jingquin.
Yeah.
Quadri Aruna, Andre Gachin, I mean, the list goes on and on. Either way, a long list of skill sets can be handy out here, and the more you have, the better your chances. Linwen Ru up by 1 point on the receive.
On that banana flick there from Linwen Ru.
His bread and butter, the banana.
Sounds like a great sandwich.
I was just thinking about it right now. Coach Wei watching on at first towel break here. Linwen Ru in a good position. His service came again strong, but against left-handers, I'd be curious to see his percentages. From down low at that camera angle, we could see how fast the ball was whizzing around, the speed in this rally. Again, if you ever want to question for a moment the speed, just keep your eyes on one player through a rally and see how much rest time they have between shots. It's pretty mind-blowing. 1 point game now.
Good. 4-3.
Interest.
The way he starts this point, the silent assassin, surely he's in control. No panic, not even a...
Some great rallies, really, these two at the moment. Absorbing stuff.
Yeah, they're both refusing to get too far behind the table. Both speedy players, both strong in the backhand game.
It's quality.
Very similar to the point that was dished out before. Recovers the net there. One ripping backhand, but the racket high. Lin Gaoyuan stays on top of the bounce. Cool rhythm.
Don't see that too often. Linwen Ru. An ace there, 6-5, just in front.
Just cleaning off the racket again to make sure that there's no dust on it. It's nice, dry, and ready for spin.
And equal to the task.
It's always cool to see these points in replay from different camera angles because Linwen Ru being persistent.
Took that down the line. Nicely done by Linwen Ru.
Always just resetting those feet, moving back into the table after he was pushed back in the open forehand rally.
There's that strapping we've been talking about.
That strapping young lad named Linwen Ru. Look at me in my British English. It sure is. You know, Lin Gaoyuan, well, he's had his fair share of dark nights, tough losses, if you will. He also had, the results are there, but it's both, right? To make it as far as he has, to represent Team China, they don't have a shortage of options.
But it's also the level of expectation one has on a Chinese player, I think.
Yes. Fair is this is another conversation for a road trip. What is fair?
relatively speaking, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's China and you play for Luxembourg. You can play the rest of your life as long as you want and be the #1 player. Are different. Lin Gaoyuan representing the proudest nation in table tennis history.
8, 9.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't even half the achievements he has anywhere else in the world, he'd be lauded and be on a pedestal the whole time.
Yeah, he'd be #1 for almost every national.
8, 9.
I actually think it'd be pretty fascinating. I've been asking a lot of people who they think will take the title. No one said Lin Gaoyuan.
So the Dark Knight is a dark horse.
Here, Lin Wenru with the serves, the last 2-serve combination in this game.
Dark horses.
Yeah,
Wang Chuqin.
That's
okay.
right.
No Liang Jingkuns?
Nope, no one said him.
So basically only those 3.
Those are the 3. How good they are in the open rally. We're not having quick, short rallies.
One
Well,
love.
thanks, guys. It's great when our point is highlighted. Yeah, wonderfully done there by...
Nice change of pace here from Lin Wenru, slowing it down, spinning it up there in the middle of a fast rally. You know, Lin Wenru and Tomokazu Harimoto might be the leaders in terms of matches and records against Chinese opponents. It'd be fun to sort of guess at who some of the others are.
Cho Seung-min, I think, would be another one.
Cho Seung-min?
All right, I'll check.
That was quite a surprise there. Don't get me wrong, he's an amazing player.
Your look of incredulity was interesting.
I just had to imagine you must have meant somebody else. Either way, I bring it up because Lin Wenru came out of nowhere beating some of the top players in the world, namely Fan Zhendong and Ma Long. Back-to-back to take the T2 title, 2019.
2, 4.
48%.
Cho Seung-min?
Yeah.
What's he played? 5 matches?
Ye of little faith. That's 21. Still.
What? Cho Seung-min?
Yeah. He's doubting me so.
Run around out here, corner to corner, the
Chasing
footwork
it.
tested. Lin Gaoyuan fighting to come back in.
Just waiting for my apology for shortly.
I'm wondering if that includes youth.
He just can't take it. Come on, Adam.
I want to know more.
3,
I'm
4.
gonna get the list of
I
every
want you
match.
to get the list.
I want to apologize to Cho Seung-min. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's got to be right up there
5,
today.
3.
That rally.
If it's not point of the day, I don't know what is, because the athleticism in this, the sheer firepower, the fearlessness, they just went all over. If you could just tie a string to the back of that ball, this table would have been absolutely tied up.
He was taking the base off consistently, wasn't he? Shallower shots from Lin Gaoyuan.
This is where the weight room comes out to play. It's exhausting hitting the shots, recovering to do it again and again. The backhands are tiring, but the forehands, eventually he has to go to the shorter side to finish. But he has the power to do it. He's bigger. He's stronger.
Again, it's just a marvel to watch at this.
I love it. For the Dark Knight out here, the DC man, Watch him go. They're taking turns. The blocking, the fanning touch shots here, the control from Lin Ru. He was able to keep about 4 balls on the table in ways that looked very unlikely. Stamina. Zhuang Zhiyuan, teammate of Lin Ru. A man with a lot of stamina.
Well, you were calling about 3 points ago. That was maybe the point of the day. How about the Ma Long one earlier?
Which one?
Against
the lob?
Yeah.
That's an easy one. It's an easy one to pick, and it might be. Lobs, counterattacks are always fun. An easy one. I mean, it's an easy fan favorite. It wasn't an easy point for Ma Long to win. It's just the type of point that very well could end up being point of the day. It's a classic.
Is that just about edge, this one here?
It depends who you ask. I think it's going to be more popular with people that are newer to table tennis.
The purists would prefer this one, right?
I think from a skill standpoint, it's just, it really demonstrates the level throughout. That's the difference. Ma Long's point was Forrest Gump. This last one was Shawshank Redemption. Commercially, Forrest Gump did way better. Anyway, here we go.
8-5.
3 points clear, Lin Ru. Timeout perhaps having its effect.
2 quick points right out of it. A little extra bit of energy and confidence earlier on the shot to finish the point. Started to turn the corner. Lin Gaoyuan's smart to play it to the wide forehand. It's like he knew that he was going to be playing scissors and brought out the rock. That shift, the pivot, and then he has to just, not backpedal, he doesn't have time, but just reach out of his comfort zone to try and counter back.
We know the Chinese players, how good they are towards the end of a game when it really matters.
Well, let's get specific here. Lin Gaoyuan has been tested in some really tough times. But yes, he's very capable of this here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the other way around for him sometimes when he's in the lead and then...
Many times. Timo Boll could tell you about it. Xu Xin could tell you about it. Tomokazu Harimoto could tell you about it. Probably a few others that I'm forgetting, but those are the most starring ones.
Well, he must be glad he's not facing Cho Seung-min, eh?
Yeah, probably. Oh, man.
Won twice in Bangkok as well recently, Cho Seung-min. Just thought I'd put that in.
Cool. You could give me a bag of Cho Seung-min to go, that'd be great.
3-1. Saves one, Lin Ru. It's a steep climb in your 3-1. Win this 2-all.
But only 1 point away here. And a timeout now on Lin Gaoyuan's side. Let us see, shall we? Love to have.
Anything that you managed to get out of that? It wasn't easy, I know.
It sounded like conversation about the spin game. Maybe a bit more spin.
This does its job, that timeout. Lin Gaoyuan. Nicely done on the serve there from Lin Gaoyuan. Some excellent serves here.
That was the first point in some time. He might have just been caught in two minds. That was the first point in some time where I felt like, was the wrist an issue for Linwin Ru?
Tell you what, both these players slowing down, quickening it up, brilliant to watch.
This is amazing for me, the versatility that we see out here. Look at the cover, the side spin. Lin Gaoyuan, when do you ever see him play a touch shot like that? From behind the table, near the ground, side and under spin. He floats it back up. I would have been on my feet too. 6 of the last 8 for the Dark Knight.
Oh, that looked like it almost might just creep in. Lin Gaoyuan now 3 ahead. Remember, Lin today lost in the men's doubles quarterfinal with his fellow Lin Shidong, losing to Fan Zhendong and Wang Chuqin 3-1. And this is all he's got left now. Same with Linwin Ru out the mixed doubles.
When I brought up earlier that very few people, that nobody guessed, out of all the people I've asked, that Lin Gaoyuan would be the world champion. I think he's underestimated.
But that might possibly come with the reputation that's preceded him, right?
Partially, yeah, but think about how he's done internally. It's the reason we see him now. In 2017, he won the Marvelous 12, and he earned himself a spot in a way that was pretty major. That's 5. 12 of the last 16, though, he's won.
That lead cut to 3 points. But quite often what you said,
China, bring it home to China. Right? If you've made it to the final and it's China in the final, you've done your job. Made the country proud. At that point, it's just personal.
Yeah, tough for Lin Gaoyuan these days with the Ma Longs, Fan Zhendongs and Wang Chuqins around. Shake of the head there.
History for Lin Gaoyuan. No timeouts left.
Adam and I just had a quick moment there. I'm sure people watching this and knowing the history of Lin Gaoyuan probably having some thoughts flashing through their mind.
Getting interesting. A long way to go here, but all long journeys start with one small step. Bit of fuel in the tank here after serving and not getting the third ball attack. He was caught.
Hand up from Linwin Ru. Doesn't matter how those points come right now.
In a position where it would have felt natural to play defensively, but I think he did the right thing to try to get in aggressive. It just wasn't easy.
Looking to finish this off now, Lin Gaoyan. Which he does brilliantly.
Move on. So he will face Ma Long in the next round. Will it be a